My shadow walked with me. Its eyes gleamed from above my head, watching my every move, occasionally darting ahead to gauge where I was going. It never caused me any real trouble. A little discomfort now and then, sure, but nothing more. What it did, however, was something that both comforted and unnerved me in equal measure. Once I caught it walking away, attacking something out of the corner of my eye. I caught only a fleeting glimpse before mine consumed it, swallowing it whole. I asked my shadow what it was, but a shadow cannot speak. Since then, I've seen my shadow do this more and more. Or perhaps it has always done this, and I've never bothered to notice until now. Whatever the case, the shadows it attacked and devoured seemed darker, more menacing. One evening, as I walked alone through the still, quiet streets, I felt it. A sudden, unnatural chill in the air. It didn't belong to the summer night, and it didn't belong to me. My shadow noticed it too. It started looking around, almost alarmed by something. That didn't do much to reassure me. A soft, cracking sound echoed in the distance. A creak, like wood bending beneath weight, followed by another. The trees around me swayed, but not from the wind. I brushed it off. A trick of the night. But my shadow was no longer walking. It was watching. Waiting. It was only a moment before that distant sound came again. Louder this time. Nearer. My shadow was on alert now, its form tightening, its gaze flickering left and right, darting between the darkness that stretched around us. I took a step forward. My shadow darted in front of me, blocking my path with an unnatural urgency, its back arched, its limbs stiff as though ready to spring. I froze, taken aback. I had never seen it behave like this. Something was wrong. My breath caught in my throat as my shadow, my own shadow, grew more agitated, its form warping as if it were trying to escape something. The creaking sound came again. No wind, no breeze. That sound wasn't from the trees. A massive, shadowy figure lumbered out from behind a tall, skinny tree, like some grotesque parody of an old cartoon gag. But this was far from funny. It was like a grotesque reflection of my own shadow, but far more menacing. The figure had no shape, no real form, just an enormous silhouette of shifting darkness. Its eyes glowed, faint but piercing, like two distant stars in a void, locked onto my shadow. I stumbled backward, my heart racing, my throat tight. The creature's gaze never wavered, its eyes flashing once, an eerie orange glow. The air seemed to freeze. Then it moved. Slowly, deliberate. Each step it took was a tremor in the ground beneath me, a sound like the weight of an ancient tree being uprooted. The creature's feet thudded as it advanced, each step closing the distance between us. My shadow didn't flinch. It stood its ground, its own eyes narrowed into slits, its form contorted into a strange, aggressive stance. The nubs of its spine poked through, sharp and angular. It hissed, low and menacing, as though it were preparing for something far worse than what stood before it. I scrambled backward, my heart pounding. The world around me blurred as my focus remained fixed on the approaching beast and my shadow, the only things clearly visible. All I could see were those eyes, those haunting, glowing lines of dim light. My shadow struck out at the air, attempting to intimidate the beast, but it paid no attention. It lunged again, claws swiping at the ground. No reaction. The beast's eyes flickered, its hunger evident, but was it focused on my shadow? Or me? I couldn't tell. I couldn't move. All I could do was watch as my shadow tensed, ready to strike. The beast took another step. Another. My shadow had had enough. In an instant it shot forward, its limbs striking the air, a blur of darkness. It connected with the creature's face in a wild, slashing motion, leaving streaks of light that burned through the shadowy figure. The beast roared, a deep, guttural sound that shook the air. The beast howled in pain, its white fluid pouring from the wounds like a stream of liquid fire. It staggered back, one claw covering its wounded face, but rage quickly overtook its pain. It lashed out blindly, swiping in every direction, trying to crush its attacker. I took a shaky step back, my body numb with fear, and that's when my shadow moved again. It surged beneath me, scooping me up with terrifying speed. Before I could even register the movement, we were running, faster than I thought possible. The world blurred around us as my shadow carried me through the winding streets, dodging corners, leaping over obstacles, anything to confuse the beast. Every step seemed calculated, every turn sharp. I could hear the creature's heavy steps behind us, but it was losing ground, slowly, then faster. And then, there was silence. We didn't stop until we were sure we had outrun it, sure that the creature was lost in the shadows, left behind in the dark. I didn't take the usual path home. We moved through back alleys, away from any tall structures that could hide such a monstrous thing. The darkness felt thicker now, suffocating, and I couldn't shake the thought. What was that creature after? My shadow? Or me?